Today, it feels completely natural to think of Republicans as red and Democrats as blue. We use the colors constantly, on election maps, campaign merch, and in everyday conversation. But most people don't realize that this entire system is new. It wasn't really set that way until the year 2000. So how did America end up with these colors? Before the 2000s, there was no standard at all. Different networks used different colors, and sometimes they even switched from election to election. In fact, for most of the 20th century, Republicans were usually shown as blue and Democrats as red, which actually matched political traditions in the rest of the world, where red is associated with more left-leaning parties. If you look back at 1980 election coverage, for example, CNN, NBC, and CBS all used blue for Ronald Reagan. ABC was the odd one out. They used red for Republicans that year and then kept it in later elections, offering a simple on-air explanation: red, R for Reagan. By the early 1990s, other networks slowly copied that system just to keep things consistent for their viewers. But even then, newspapers and magazines still used whatever colors they wanted. Nothing was standardized. But everything changed in the 2000 election. Bush versus Gore was close, and it lasted so long that the color-coded maps became absolutely essential. Night after night, people stared at maps of Florida in the national vote, watching counties flip and waiting for recounts. For over a month, the country saw the same two colors over and over: red for Bush and blue for Gore. Two major outlets helped cement this. The day after the election, both USA Today and the New York Times printed out giant national maps with Bush in red and Gore in blue. With everyone focused on the same visuals during the recount and the Supreme Court fight, those colors stuck in the national consciousness almost instantly. After that, red state and blue state entered everyday language. The colors started appearing in political commentary, campaign messaging, and eventually, memes and social media. And because of the 2000 election being so historic, the color scheme became permanent. Of course, it's worth remembering that these colors can oversimplify things. A red state may have huge blue cities, and blue states have plenty of conservative areas. But the labels stuck, and today, red and blue are a core part of how Americans talk about politics. So, the next time someone mentions a red state or a blue state, it's worth remembering this: the system isn't ancient or traditional or even very old at all. It's basically just an accident from the year 2000, one that became part of American political culture almost overnight.